You know what? Being embarrassing is actually your superpower. And I'll tell you why. We live in a world where we are pressured to be always at our finest, best, most perfect, most shining era, even though we sometimes forget that this is pretty much impossible. And because we are so obsessed, we give rise to a fear that is actually one of the biggest fears next to the fear of abandonment and loss. And this is the feeling of shame. We fear shame like almost no other feeling ever. And that actually leads to many other problematic things, like keeping our lives always at a rather superficial level, or, and that is actually very important to mention, the inability to deal with negative emotions, negative situations, and uncomfortable feelings. Because we push it away so much and suppress it so much, we can't actually reach that resolution, that level, that depth that we need to deal with emotions and feelings of that kind. The consequence is that we're trying to avoid situations that may bring embarrassing moments with them as good as we can, because they may make us seem small or pathetic or powerless or even unlovable and unvaluable. The problem is that so many things can be labeled as embarrassing, and I mean, what is embarrassing? Embarrassing is what society defines is embarrassing. There's no actual like universal definition of what is embarrassing and shameful or not. This can vary from culture to culture, from era to era. There's no right or wrong answer to this. For the sake of this video, we will leave aside the lack of truth in all these things and the fact that everyone feels this way sometimes, and it's actually our heads that make it worse. What we will be talking about is how you can use these embarrassing or potentially embarrassing moments to your success, and why being embarrassing is potentially your greatest secret superpower. To make my train of thoughts clear, I will use analogies and examples and apply the concept that I have on real-life situations, because that's where we are at the end of the day. Imagine you have a goal. Every human being has goals, even though not all of them are really conscious. Some of them are small, some of them are big. And with these goals, or in the process of achieving these goals, there may be some potentially embarrassing situations and moments that you might fear. Example 1. Confessing your feelings to your crush in an authentic way. Example 2. Ice skating for the first time and falling in front of everybody else. Example 3. Trying to make a hilarious YouTube video by going outside in a clown's costume, even though you only have like 10 subscribers and nobody really knows you. Plus, maybe even your crush comes by and sees you. Oh my. It doesn't really matter which of these examples really fits your life, your situation most, but there are always 3 things to remember when dealing with fears and emotions like that. The first one is, the shelf life of these memories is a lot shorter in the minds of other people than in yours. Because they are actually not the main character in your life, they are the main character in their life. They are dealing, just as you are, with the little embarrassing moments in their lives. They don't even have time and the capacity to actually think longer than 1 or 2 hours about your situation, while you are probably thinking of it alone for 4 months or so. Secondly, I've already mentioned it, you are the main character in your life. You, nobody else. You make the last judgment upon anything, any question there is in your life, and memorizing that leads you to the road of success immediately. And the third one is actually the fact that once you hit that embarrassing moment, that feeling of shame, is that it can't get any worse. I know, this sounds really bad actually, but let me explain. Imagine you are floating in a graph, some sort of scale, or imagine maybe Flappy Bird. You know, you are a bird actually flying. Here is like your life and the level of your life and hustles and whatever, and here is like, you know, the embarrassments. Rock bottom. So now you are a bird actually flying, trying to stay away from the ground, and if you want to have success and want to, like, you know, skyrocket to wherever you want to go, as long as it's not the ground, you are trying your best to like fly with your wings. And it is not a surprise that this can get really exhausting after a while. And you realize, damn, the likelihood of me actually hitting that ground is not small. And eventually everyone will go down there. Actually, you'll have to, in order to understand life, but this is another topic. But now fate hits your life and you hit that bottom, you hit that ground, that level of embarrassment and shame everyone is fearing, including you, there are a couple things that come to your favor now. On the ground, as I said, you can't get any lower. There are no rules and there are no expectations. In a certain sense, this is a moment of freedom. Because there are no rules, no expectations, no standards on that ground level anymore. And you realize, I actually survived this. Meaning, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Now that you've realized that, going to number 2, to step 2, the ground is not air. You're not falling down. The ground is actually another supportive energy. You can use the ground to jump up using your legs, and you'll potentially go even higher than you were before, just, flying with your wings and, struggling, being exhausted. There's only one direction for you to go, and that is up. Once you realize that and learn how to see the value of embarrassing moments like that and the feeling of shame, this will open your eyes for new directions, new knowledge. You will have new energy and obviously new options. Going back to our examples would be, no matter whether your crush actually rejected or accepted your feelings, you will have the clarity that you actually need, and you will be more able to breathe again properly. Like, I know this. Actually, it doesn't matter whether it's like romantically or platonically, family, doesn't matter. This feels like I solved a problem and it may not be the outcome I wanted, but I finally finished that chapter. Maybe you even like each other. Then maybe that's like the best case scenario. You can't know if you don't go through that embarrassing, potentially embarrassing phase, Or when you ice skate and fall, you will learn hell a lot about these people around you and about yourself. Do these people help you? Do they laugh at you? Do they laugh with you? Or can you help yourself? Will they talk to you for like an hour asking you how you feel? Or are they just gonna be, hey bud, wish you all the best? And you will gain more tolerance for little meaningless things like this. Moments that seem like the worst before are now absolutely nothing anymore. Or what about your YouTube video? You've put so much work into this. People on the internet actually found it funny. And you were able to grow because you did something extraordinary and challenged yourself to do something out of pocket. And you can be proud of yourself and you see that, damn, my work actually paid off. Experiences like that hold great potential to discover yourself and the world better. And life will continue to throw moments and situations like that at you, especially if you try to run away from them. They will hit you even harder. If the fear of shame and embarrassment is something that is concerning you in your life, try to apply these things. I cannot guarantee that your mind will be satisfied with my answers, maybe with someone else's, but I really hope that some people are actually inspired to do what they want to do and what they feel like they have to do. Follow their heart. No matter what their feeling of shame, opinions of others, what the look or the gaze of another person may do to my plans. And I really hope that some people have more courage. To sum this up, what are the 2 main things to remember in terms of embarrassment and the fear of shame? How you can use them to your success? Why are they so potent? Firstly, it can't get any worse. If it didn't kill you, it made you stronger. It gave you even a pinch of freedom. And secondly, once you hit that ground, you can use it to jump up again, to jump even higher than you ever could fly before, because this ground actually holds valuable energy that you didn't see before, and now you can damn well use it. I really wanted to do this video for a while now. I felt like this is something people need to hear. This is something I needed to hear. This is something many people actually struggle with and not many people are pointing the finger at, even on the internet. There's not much to take from, so I wanted to create a video myself to help people not be afraid of being embarrassing. That's it for me. I hope you have a great day, a great week, and we see each other next time. Bye bye.